What so building this out, what was some of the issues you ran into?
Yeah, so one of the biggest challenges we had is the age-old marketplace challenge, right? So for people that don't know, when you build a marketplace, one of the problems is that you have to have adoption from both sides, right? It's not a one-sided thing. You get all the warehouses but no merchants, you're going to fizzle out. You get all the merchants but you don't have any, warehouses on board, not good either. So one of the things we did is we set out early and we started, hitting the phones hard, sending lots and lots of emails, hiring salespeople, and like really hitting that ground hard. And what we realized was nobody had 5 minutes. Nobody had 5 minutes, right? Nobody had 5 minutes to create a warehouse. Nobody had 5 minutes to sign up. So what we did is we went back to the drawing boards and we said, how easy can we make this, right? How short of a time, how little of a commitment can we make this for somebody to get involved, who wants to use this tool, right? Who wants to see the benefits. And what we did is we started doing claim profiles, right? So if your warehouse already exists on Racklify, you can come on, you can claim it, right? Rather than have to sit there and start from scratch with a blank profile. Right? If you're a merchant, we have Google sign in, we have LinkedIn sign in, we have these other things that make it easier than having to build like an account from scratch and fill out a whole bunch of stuff, right? We used to do the whole RFP thing, right? Which is what a lot of people in the consulting space do when they're trying to set people up with warehouses. RFP is request for proposal, right? So it's basically a fancy document that outlines what you need, right? And what we did is instead of going through this big form and this big process, we just put the information out there. We said, here's who you call. Here's the sales guy for this company. Here's the sales guy for that company, right? And completely stepped away from the process, right? So what we've been seeing is we've been seeing a lot more time on pages. We've been seeing a lot more adoption on both sides of the market. And we've been seeing rapid scaling, but we had to go through that challenge of trying to grind it out in the beginning to find that was the issue.
Now, and then what you do, I mean, you find the warehouses, right? To store all this stuff, or do you?
Yeah, so we're more of a marketplace, right? So what we actually do is we compile the warehouses and then we let the merchants come on and freely choose the warehouses for themselves that fit them, right? Like obviously if they send us an email or like, hey, can you suggest somebody, I'm having trouble, we do that. But our whole goal is to just give them the information to make their own decisions, right? Put them in contact, right? All these things. And the way we make money is through advertising, right? So if a warehouse wants to come up on page one, or they want a prime spot on our homepage, or they want a news article about them on our website, right? We sell that, but we make this a free to use service that doesn't really have a bias because we're not taking a commission from the warehouse themselves.
Gotcha.